remaking the original game, and this is like a ground-up remake, is that right?
That's right. We wanted to give people the definitive version of the first game that wasn't encumbered by any technology. I wanted to find a way to get even close.
All right, I got a serious question. How many times are we going to buy the same damn game? Nah, like seriously. We complain that publishers don't take risk anymore. We complain that there aren't enough new IPs. We complain that every showcase has another remake, another remastered, another definitive edition, another $70 version of something we've already fucking played. And then we pre-order it anyway and we buy it. So today I don't just want to ask, are remakes hurting creativity? I want to ask a much more uncomfortable question. Are we the damn reason publishers keep doing it? Because maybe the gaming industry isn't ignoring what consumers want. Maybe they're listening to our wallets. What's good, everybody? It's your boy RDS Streams, and today we might make some people mad, including myself, because I'm guilty of it too. I love some remakes. I've purchased remasters. I've bought games, again, that I've already owned. So I'm not standing here pretending I'm somehow above everyone else. But I've started to notice something. Gamers consistently say we want something new. A new franchise, a new character, a new world, new ideas. But whenever publishers actually release something unfamiliar, everybody suddenly gets nervous. I'll wait for the reviews. I'll wait for the sales. I don't know about this one. But announce a remake of a game everybody loved 15 years ago, and it's like, take my money. Like, seriously. And publishers see that. Let's look at this from like a publisher's perspective. Making a new AAA franchise is terrifying. You've potentially got hundreds of developers, years of production, marketing, voice actors, motion captures, technology, music, writing, testing, yada yada yada. You're potentially gambling hundreds of millions of dollars on something nobody has ever heard of. And then somebody walks into a meeting and says, or we could just remake that game that everybody loves. like what are you going to choose? Which one do you think an executive is choosing? With a remake, you've already got something incredible. You got recognition. People know the character, they know the world, they know the names. There's already an audience for it. There's already nostalgia. And most importantly, there's already proof that the concept works. A new IP, will gamers like this? A remake, do gamers still like this? Those are very different business risk. You know what I mean? And if I'm sitting in a corporate boardroom, per se, looking at a spreadsheet, I understand why remakes are so attractive. There's The Last of Us. And we have to talk about The Last of Us, because this franchise has basically become the mascot for the entire conversation. The original Last of Us released on PlayStation 3. And then we got The Last of Us Remastered on PlayStation 4. Then years later, we got The Last of Us Part 1, rebuilding the first game for PlayStation 5. And then that's where some of the gamers started asking, how many fucking versions of The Last of Us do we need? Now, to be fair, Part 1 wasn't just somebody turning the resolution slider up, right? The game received a major visual and technological improvement. And if somebody had never played The Last of Us before, that's arguably like an excellent way to experience it from the start. So I'm not saying the product itself shouldn't exist. My question is kind of different. At what point does repeatedly revisiting successful games become safer than creating something new? Because there's an opportunity cost. Developers have finite time. Publishers have a finite budget. Studios have finite resources. Every project you greenlight is another project you potentially don't greenlight. I need to make this crystal clear. I'm not anti-remake. Some remakes are fantastic, like Resident Evil 2. That's the type of remake I can absolutely understand. It took an older game, dramatically modernized experience for a new generation. Final Fantasy VII Remake went even further. Whether you love every decision or not, Square Enix didn't simply recreate an original game with prettier graphics, they reinterpreted it. Changed the combat, expanded the characters, changed story elements. It became its own kind of like creative project. And then you got something like Dead Space Remake. It gave a beloved game modern technology, improved presentation, and quality of life changes while respecting what made the original so special. Those projects demonstrate why remakes can be valuable. Game preservation matters. Older games become difficult to access, controls age, technology changes. New generation of gamers deserve opportunities to experience like classics. So the argument isn't, stop making remakes. It's don't let remakes become a substitute for creativity. It's a huge difference. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. Publishers aren't doing this in a vacuum. We keep fucking buying this shit. Like, seriously. We're basically standing outside the restaurant, outside these video game stores, and screaming, change the menu, and then ordering the exact same meal every freaking week. Publishers have sales data. They know what we purchase. They know what we pre-order. They know what gets engagement. They know which retailers explode online. And nostalgia is powerful. A publisher will show you a complete new character and we'll say shit like, we'll see. And then they play 3 notes from a soundtrack you remember from when you were 13. And it's like, oh my god, take my fucking money. It's Zelda again. Take my money. They know exactly what they're doing. But here's the uncomfortable part. So do we. We complain and then we reward it. Every single time, over and over and over again. Gamers consistently ask, where are the new IPs? But new IPs are kind of like risky for us too, right? We don't know whether they're good. We don't know or have any nostalgia attached to them. We don't recognize the character. Sometimes we'll wait for like a review. We'll wait for somebody else to play it. We'll wait for it to like drop in price, maybe hit like $30 or something. And I'm not saying that's wrong. Your money is your money. But from a publisher's perspective, they're watching our behavior. Imagine you're deciding between game A, a completely original $200 million project nobody recognized, or game B, a remake of something that already sold millions of dollars. And every time game B releases, gamers line up. What lesson do you think we're teaching these companies? We're telling them nostalgia is safer than innovation. Not with our words, but with our pockets, with our money. But there's another side to this. Now, I'm going to defend gamers for a second, because publishers can't put all of this on consumers. If you're asking somebody to spend $70 or $80, of course they're going to be cautious. Gaming is expensive. People don't have unlimited money and unlimited pockets. A familiar franchise feels safer, and publishers themselves have created this environment. AAA budgets have gotten enormous. Companies increasingly want blockbuster return, so naturally they become more conservative. Sequels, remakes, established franchise, licensed property, things executives believe have predictable audience. That's not necessarily because developers aren't creative. I think there are developers throughout this industry with incredible ideas. The problem is whether those ideas get funded. And that's where I worry about the industry. Because if everything needs to be a guaranteed billion-dollar franchise, where does the next weird idea come from? Every legend was once a new IP. Here's the irony. Every franchise we were nostalgic for was once new. The Last of Us was a new IP. God of War was a new IP. Resident Evil was once a new IP. Grand Theft Auto was once a new IP. Every legendary franchise started with somebody saying, let's try this. Imagine if an industry that had been too scared to greenlight those games, none of that would exist. And that's what worries me. Oh shit, my damn alarm. It's telling me I'm going past this video, so I need to wrap it up. But I'm into it. Well, like I was saying, that's what worries me. The next Last of Us shouldn't necessarily be another Last of Us. The next legendary franchise could be something none of us have heard yet. But somebody has to take the risk. Publishers have to fund it. Developers have to create it. And gamers have to give it a chance. My take, here's where I land. I don't want remakes to disappear. I want balance. Give me Resident Evil 2 remake. Give me a beautifully restored classic. Give younger gamers access to games they've missed. But for every few trips down memory lane, give me something I've never seen before. Introduce a character nobody has recognized. Build a world we don't already have nostalgia for. And gamers, we have to take some of that responsibility as well. We generally want creativity. We want to occasionally support creativity when somebody actually takes the chance. But companies listen to money. If remakes keep printing money, guess what? Guess what we're fucking getting? More damn remakes. So, here's today's question. I'm asking you to choose. You have $70. There are only 2 games available. Option A, a perfect remake of one of your favorite games of all times. New graphics, modern controls, everything you remembered, but better. Or option B, a completely original new IP, new character, new world, new gameplay idea, but there's absolutely no guarantee it's going to be good. You can only buy one. Which one gets your $70? Because I think your answer tells a lot about why the gaming industry looks the way it does. Alright, that's it. That's all I got. That's my rant. Put your remake or new IP in the comments and tell me why. If you enjoy the discussion, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. This is your boy RDS Stream. I'll catch you guys on the next one. You guys stay sharp. I'm out. Peace.